Welcome to today's video, where we're taking a surprising spin on business leadership by learning from the gold miners in Alaska. You might be wondering, what on earth can a bunch of miners panning for gold in the middle of the wilderness teach a modern business leader like you? You might be surprised. Underneath the rugged scenery, dramatic moments, and intense interpersonal clashes, there are real-world lessons on leadership, decision-making, resource management, and strategic planning, the very foundations for success in any competitive market. Over the years, we have seen how reckless decisions can lead to broken equipment, lost time, and wasted money. The same can happen in your industry if you're not careful. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover crucial takeaways from how weak leadership creates confusion, how gut feelings can tank profits, how having the wrong tools sets you back, and how failing to manage time and budgets can drain your resources. Stick around until the end, because I'll also show you a direct path to turning these lessons into a roadmap for your company's financial health. Let's talk about why this matters. The Gold Rush show follows various crews as they search for gold, but the tension, profit or total loss, mirrors what we experience in business. Every quarter, we wonder if our strategies will pay off or flop. And even though parts of what we see in the show might be dramatized, the core challenges, equipment breakdowns, short deadlines, and uncertain payoffs are absolutely real. If someone on the team doesn't follow proper protocol, gold production stops and money evaporates. It's not so different from having a product launch fail because of poor collaboration or communication. And that is why we created the From Zero to Digital Hero training program on BizPower website. Now think about the stakes for you. Maybe you're not battling sub-zero temperatures, but you are dealing with fierce competition, tight budgets, and the constant need to innovate. If you lead poorly or rely on guesswork, you're just as likely to waste massive amounts of time and money. Let's break it down further by looking at the biggest pitfalls. First, weak leadership is one of the most glaring issues. When the person in charge doesn't have a clear vision, everything stalls. Crew members argue, tasks get undone, and the entire operation starts to spiral. In a business context, the same thing happens with poor communication and no long-term direction. Without a unifying strategy, people work at cross purposes, and progress grinds to a halt. Second, decisions made on a hunch instead of solid data can quickly sink you. We've seen miners choose a spot to dig based on nothing more than a feeling. Often that leads to wasted weeks or months chasing what turns out to be fool's gold. The same holds true for product or service launches. You need real market research, cost analysis, and a plan grounded in evidence. If you guess and guess wrong, your company pays the price. Third, having the right equipment is non-negotiable. In the Gold Rush show, if a crucial piece of machinery fails, the crew scrambles and loses valuable time. In any business, outdated tools or ill-fitted technology can choke productivity. In your case, it might be an old software system, a legacy process, or hardware that breaks down repeatedly. Every hour you spend fixing issues is an hour you can't dedicate to generating revenue or serving customers. Fourth, there's the matter of time and budgeting. Gold mining operations have a narrow window to extract as much gold as possible before weather conditions shut everything down. In business, you might not have a literal winter freeze, but you do have seasonal demand, competitive pressures, or specific launch windows. If you overspend in the early stages or let deadlines slide, you'll miss opportunities and possibly never recover. Now let's focus on solutions. One of the most important things you can do is strengthen your leadership vision. In the show, successful miners often have a leader who sets a clear goal, like aiming for a specific amount of gold by the end of the season. Everyone rallies around that goal. In your business, define your vision just as clearly. Maybe you want to expand your customer base or bring a new product to market within 6 months. Communicate that goal to your team and track progress. Clarity removes guesswork and boosts morale. Next, make sure your decisions are based on facts. In the Gold Rush show, if you see someone picking a mining spot just because it feels lucky, you know trouble is coming. Before you invest thousands or millions of dollars in a product line, a marketing strategy, or a new client acquisition method, Verify that the market is there and the numbers make sense. Data analytics, focus groups, or a small-scale pilot program can save you from sinking a fortune into a dud. When it comes to equipment, do an audit of what you're using right now. Talk to your team about their frustrations, the glitches they encounter, and the updates they wish they had. Calculate how much money you lose each time a system fails or a tool underperforms. Often, upgrading to better solutions is more cost-effective than dealing with repeated breakdowns and inefficiency. It might feel like a big expense up front, but in the long run, it saves money and keeps your operation moving smoothly. Time and budget management is the next area where you can't afford to slack. Just like miners keep an eye on the approaching winter, you need to track your project deadlines and financial milestones. Break large goals into achievable targets and hold yourself and your team accountable every step of the way. If you miss a milestone or start going over budget, address the issue immediately rather than waiting for it to fix itself. In a high-stakes environment, letting problems fester is the fastest route to failure. A real business world example comes to mind. There was a mid-sized tech startup that scaled from a local operation to a national presence. Their leadership was crystal clear about wanting to become the most reliable solution in their market within 1 year. They used data analytics to decide which regions to enter first, invested in top-notch software to keep operations seamless, and tracked expenses and timelines methodically. Within 2 years, they nearly tripled their revenue. That's what can happen when you put these principles into action and align your entire organization toward a unified goal. So let's summarize. Leadership matters more than anything else. If you don't have a bold vision and the ability to communicate it, your team drifts. Next, rely on actual data instead of hunches. Don't gamble your resources on guesswork. Third, invest in the right tools for the job. Subpar equipment kills efficiency and morale. Finally, every day and every dollar should be managed carefully. Have a detailed plan for how you spend both. If you're ready to strike gold in your own operation, there's an opportunity waiting for you with our From Zero to Digital Hero training program. There's a learning community called BizPower that's built to help you apply these lessons step by step. Instead of struggling to figure everything out on your own, you'll learn from business coaches and industry experts who've already been there. Imagine having a space to quickly troubleshoot issues, get feedback on new strategies, and stay updated on best practices in real time. You can find BizPower at https://bizlog.fi/bizpower. Think of it as your personal insurance policy against making the same mistakes that have taken down many hopeful miners and many hopeful businesses. The community is a resource designed to keep you on track, focused, and informed. By joining, you'll surround yourself with like-minded professionals who know how challenging it can be to navigate leadership, budgeting, equipment upgrades, and more, especially in a fast-paced market. As a final note, the lessons from those Alaskan gold miners in the gold rush might seem simple, but they have the power to transform your company's trajectory. You just need to apply them with discipline. If you walk away from this video without putting any of these insights into practice, you risk finding yourself in a situation just as dire as having a broken excavator in the middle of the tundra when winter is closing in. So don't let that happen. Take the initiative now. Strengthen your leadership vision, back up your decisions with real data, upgrade your tools when necessary, and keep a tight grip on your timelines and budgets. Then head to bizlog.fi/bizpower to join the BizPower learning community. It's the place to get step-by-step guidance and ensure you won't repeat the errors that have buried countless entrepreneurs. Let's dig up some golden opportunities together.